And now, our feature presentation.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Melvin Banks, and this is the Carbonation Conversation. And no, that is not a Bible. Just throwing it out there. We are not doing a baptism. This is not wine. This is some sangria that I felt like drinking right now because this is about to be a somber moment. If you want to know what this is, so I can get this out of the way, this is George R.R. Martin's A Game of Thrones Gold Edition book that I got for Christmas many years ago that came with like a Game of Thrones fan box that my wife gave me. But what we're talking about tonight, today in fact, no, it's tonight, it's not today. What we're going to take a look here is I am going to be reacting to the dreaded Vince McMahon allegations. And for those of you who don't know, I am a huge pro wrestling fan, huge WWE fan. And I always knew that Vince McMahon was a piece of shit. Obviously, he's the owner. You got to take what you can get, but we've heard various stories of him mistreating wrestlers, him mistreating staff, him cheating on his wife, yada, yada, yada. But this particular thing has gotten so much headway, I felt like we should probably check it out and let me react to it. There are so many long clips, so I really had to search for kind of a short clip with a couple of details, it seems like. So let's take a look at the allegations of Vince McMahon. Here we go.
So this is just a crazy story coming out of the WWE, the World Wrestling Entertainment. Now, if you know anything about the WWF or WWE, you will know who Vince McMahon is. He's quite the character. Of course,
everybody knows who Vince McMahon is. Even people usually who are not in WWE, man.
TKO is the parent company of the WWE and the UCF. So Vince McMahon is the boss. But most people already know that. I just want to clarify for those who may not know who Vince McMahon is. But Vince McMahon has a lot of on-screen antics when it comes to the WWE. He has a lot of weird and bizarre storylines.
Defecation, restraint,
so he has a lot of engagement
aggressive
in his own
abuse
company.
of power. Maybe it's, I don't know.
On screen. He's even participated in wrestling matches and wrestled wrestlers. But Vince McMahon is also known to be very shrewd. A former WWE employee.
When I've had a love-hate with Vince McMahon,
abused
as
her,
you know,
including
growing up,
toys that he named after
he
wrestling
was,
stars.
you know, the most hated man in America when it came to Stone Cold Steve Austin. But as soon as he turned face, we all loved him.
That the wrestling CEO defecated on her head during a threesome in May 2020 and trafficked her to other WWE executives. Now, outside of this story, people truly do have a fetish. They
wow, toys that he named after wrestling stars.
Urine, being urinated on and playing with feces. Completely never understood that. I know people
probably going to be drinking through most of this video because this is already getting off to a bad start.
But when it comes to involving feces, I never understood it. But it's not for me to understand, I guess. I guess I'm not supposed to understand why that is such a turn on. As long as it's between two consenting adults, it's legal. Anyway,
I did hear this was like the money shot that everybody was talking about. I kept hearing about this stuff.
Grant alleged in the complaint that McMahon
getting shit on,
sent her a text message in May
two girls in a cup, all that bullshit.
I'm the only one who owns
now
you and controls who I want
I
to
totally
link
understand.
You. So basically, what this text is confirming is that he was indeed sending her off to other men, and these men were having their way with her. Now, her lawsuit does come after the Wall Street Journal reported last year that the WWE was investigating an alleged $3 million payment from McMahon to a departing female employee.
Wow.
Following a
so basically,
affair.
Vince McMahon was acting like a pimp.
At the time,
like you remember that Dave Chappelle bit, that the bottom bitch, or was that from The Shield and Big Mac? Yeah, I don't know. But
so this is when she proceeded with a lawsuit.
He seemed like he was pimping this girl.
Actually found that
this dude decided he was like 78 years old to become a pimp. I don't understand.
Who accused him of misconduct. She also claims when these toys that were named after professional wrestlers were used on her, he was very rough. Matter of fact,
And so
they
he
caused her
agreed
injuries,
to
such
settle
as
with
bruising
her
and
and
bleeding.
didn't even pay her
McMahon
off.
also took many
That is a
nude
Vince
and
McMahon
explicit
move.
photos and videos of Grant. Now, what McMahon would do is that he would pass these around to other WWE
That is
employees
a
without
Vince
her
McMahon
consent.
move. He
once
has
locked
been
her
so
inside his
known
private
to
locker room at the
agree to
WWE
pay
headquarters in Stamford,
I think
Connecticut,
people in
and
territories
forced
back in the
himself
day
on
after they
her
bought the
over
amount
a
and maybe
massage
made that
table.
one or two
McMahon
payments,
was
but
abusive
it was
in
it
many
after
ways,
that.
emotionally, physically, and sexually. Now, like I
What
said,
is Endeavor
the WWE
thinking?
boss is also alleged to have
And The
directed
Rock just
Grant
became
to have
head of
encounters
CEO. What is
with
Netflix
other executives
thinking? Like,
and
seriously.
a wrestling star, the lawsuit claims. John Laurinaitis, WWE's former head of talent relations, who is named as a defendant in the lawsuit, was also allegedly recruited by McMahon to have an encounter with Grant. At the time of this recording, I was trying to look up to see who I can find who this wrestling star is, and as I was looking up multiple articles, more information was coming out. Report names Brock Lesnar as the WWE star.
Let's be real.
mentioned in Vince
I don't think
McMahon's
anybody
trafficking
likes
lawsuit.
John
The lawsuit
Laurinaitis.
states that the WWE was trying
What's
to
so
actively
crazy is
re-sign
he's
a former
married to the
UFC heavyweight
mom
champion.
of Nikki
This
and Brie
ex-champion
Bella.
turned
Like,
out to
what
be
the
none
fuck?
other
This
than
isn't the
Brock
first
Lesnar.
time
The
I have heard
WWE was
John
actively
Laurinaitis
trying
and
to
Vince
do everything
McMahon
they
trying to
could
share a
to
woman.
persuade Brock Lesnar to come back to the WWE.
And this is the
reborn.
big one.
Brock Lesnar absolutely
This is
did
why
not
he
want to
wasn't in the
rejoin
Royal Rumble, why he
WWE.
got pulled
After a
from the
while,
Royal
as
Rumble.
these wrestlers age, these wrestling matches take a major toll on these wrestlers, on their bodies. That mat inside the ring,
And who knows,
is
his
very
career may
hard.
be
It's not
done.
a
I
soft
mean,
mat.
obviously,
And they
he's
are
made millions and
constantly
millions
either
of
doing
dollars,
stunts on
but
these mats
with
or being
Endeavor
slammed
not
on these
owning
mats, and their
UFC
backs
and
just give out
WWE,
after a while.
if they make a
And eventually,
decision
they are just devouring
that he-
painkillers. Brock Lesnar is 46.
If they make a
In the
decision
NBA, the NFL, people
that
have
they will
already
not
long
accept them,
retired by the
accept
time they're 40.
Brock
So these
Lesnar back
wrestlers,
in
after a while, they just
the
can't do it no
fold,
more. Their
then
bodies
yeah,
eventually
he's
give
just
out.
probably gonna be on
They
his
are in
ranch with
constant
Sable
pain.
chilling.
But on top of everything else, they still have to exercise. They still have to look the part. They still have to be fit. They still have to hit the gym. So this man now wants to retire. But the WWE, Vince McMahon, they were not hearing that. They really want this man back. The problem
What are you
is
getting
the
at, though,
money
man?
was not good enough. The money was not convincing to Brock Lesnar
Okay.
to leave retirement. So what does Vince McMahon do? Well, he phones in Grant. According to the suit, Grant was instructed by
Okay.
McMahon to create personalized encounter content for Lesnar, referred to only as a UFC and WWE star in the lawsuit. This personal encounter
So,
content was used.
basically what
to
you're
sway
trying to
Lesnar
say
back
is
to the WWE to
what
have him
sealed
rejoin.
the
Grant
deal for
alleges
Brock Lesnar
told
was-
McMahon that he really enjoyed the content, and that McMahon told Grant that Lesnar rejoined the WWE in part so he could continue these encounters with Grant. So not only was Grant a trafficking slave to McMahon, but also Brock Lesnar as well. She did everything that he commanded. The suit further claims that McMahon gave Lesnar Grant's phone number in December, leading to Lesnar requesting that she give him more content. Grant then alleges Lesnar told her he would like to set up a play date between the two of them, though the encounter would ultimately not take place due to a snowstorm. Grant alleges that McMahon would attempt to traffic her to Lesnar one final time in March of
He's got some big
2022.
allegations against
With
Lesnar
McMahon
here now.
once again telling her to send explicit photos to Lesnar. Ultimately, the suit alleges that a physical meeting between Lesnar and Grant never took place. Wait a minute, I don't understand something.
Oh,
the lawsuit
Jesus.
states that a physical
So,
encounter never took
basically,
place with Brock Lesnar.
Lesnar's
But
contract got
previously,
sealed
It does state that in the lawsuit it says
because
that
she was about to give
gave
him
Lesnar
some
a
on
personalized
deck
encounter.
anytime.
According to the suit, Grant was instructed
I
by
don't know
McMahon
about that one.
to create personalized
I'm not
encounter
saying
content
that Brock
for
Lesnar wouldn't have probably
only
tried to
referred
hit it, but
as UFC
that's sealing the
WWE
deal to
star in
his
the lawsuit
contract.
in an attempt to sway Lesnar back
If
to,
that's the truth, he's a
rejoining
weak
the WWE.
negotiator.
Grant alleges Lesnar told McMahon that he enjoyed the content, and that McMahon later told Grant that Lesnar rejoined the WWE, in part that he could have encounters with Grant. I had to reread what I previously stated because I can't make much sense of it, but what I'm guessing is that this personalized stuff was photos and videos.
Yeah, that one.
And that was to persuade
I
him to
don't.
rejoin,
I don't
and
know
once he
about that one.
rejoined,
I just
then he
don't
could have her,
believe
is what I'm
that
understanding.
Brock
But they
Lesnar will
never had the
resign just so he could
opportunity to do
bang
so.
this
Now,
one chick.
Brock Lesnar has yet to comment.
Not, you know, I
but
don't
a
know
fresh
about
video
that one,
against
man.
Brock Lesnar
I
of
mean,
a
and if
former
that is
female
the case,
WWE
wow.
reporter dropped on the same day.
Not only is he a
Vince McMahon's
dumbass,
lawsuit
he's
was
a
made
fool.
public. And there has always been stories of how Brock
And
Lesnar.
I mean,
always
for all intents and
misbehaved with
purposes,
women
maybe
in the
going away
wrestling
for a long,
business.
long
I haven't
time, and
followed
I don't mean
WWE
in
since
jail,
I was a
but I
kid.
just
I
mean
used to be a
away.
huge Hulk Hogan
Which
fan. So I don't know
he
all
doesn't
the
seem to
news
have
that
a
circles
problem
around
with.
Brock Lesnar. But this is how these things usually start. Once one person makes an accusation, a lot of stuff starts coming out of their closet. It almost sets off a chain reaction, like a snowball effect. But it has been revealed by former
Now,
announcer
I've never
Kenny
heard
Bolin
of this before.
2 years ago that Booker,
I've heard some
Jim
things about like
Cornette
Randy
threatened to
Orton
shoot Brock Lesnar
and like
in the
shitting in
kneecaps
women's bags
after
and shit, but
putting
I ain't
his
never
finger
heard any
in the
stories about
private
Brock
parts of
Lesnar.
his
That's
girlfriend's
interesting.
sin. That assault against his coworker effectively got him kicked out of the OVW when he was only getting started.
I mean,
in
but
the
to be
business.
fair,
But right
I
after
mean,
that,
you
he
know,
was signed
most
by
guys who
former
consider
WWE
themselves
CEO
alpha
Vince
males
McMahon.
and
That's
who are
former,
big and
because
want to
the
show off
WWE
their
has
shit,
decided
and
to let Vince McMahon
you know,
go. But we'll get
sometimes
into that. But it
they,
didn't
that
take
that
him
can have a
long
bad
to leave a
effect
lasting impression.
to the people
According to a
around
recent
them.
account from former reporter Terry Runnels, Brock Lesnar was just as despicable as his boss when he had just arrived to the WWE. So I know what some people are probably saying. Why now? He started these gross behaviors all the way back when he started in the business. Now everything is starting to come out right after he retired, right after he is very set in stone in the WWE. But it only takes that one person to speak out for everybody else to start feeling
Wow,
comfortable
so they
to speak
basically
out as
saying Brock
well.
Lesnar's
You have
always
to
been like
understand,
this.
These people who are speaking out were being paid very, very good. It's a rough economy out there. So money, dangling money over somebody's head, that can make them do a lot. That can make a lot of people hush up. I know some people are going to disagree with me, but I see money as a drug. Money
Yeah,
can make
I
you
mean,
do
if
some
you're
things
doing
that
this
you don't
much
wanna
dirty,
do. It's a rough world out there.
if you
Look,
were
I
doing
get
this
it. I
much
know some
dirty
people
and
are
you
gonna
know,
say,
like
well, Vince,
Endeavor,
I would never sell myself
big ass company, and
for
you're
any
not going to be
amount
the
of money.
owners
But
anymore,
unfortunately,
you
you're
would
not
probably not
everybody.
want to continue
Like
to
I
do
said,
that
it's
dumb
very,
shit.
very hard times out there. When you dangle $3 million in front of somebody's face and you say all you have to do is be my slave, a lot of people will take that.
And then
because,
there is-
again, it's $3 million. Vince McMahon is worth billions of dollars. Last I checked, he's worth $3 billion. And he's been accused of doing this to
You know,
multiple women. But,
he does have a
but
good
the
point on
flip
that,
side, even though McMahon
because
has a very, very questionable
I mean,
history,
can
not
you
only
tell
with
me in the
women,
comments how much
but
people,
wrestlers
if
as well,
you
we
were to
have
get paid
remember
$1 million
this is all alleged.
tomorrow, would you
Nothing
let
has
somebody
been
shit on your
proven yet.
face?
He has not been found guilty.
Let's
yet.
not even,
This is
let's
all
take the
alleged.
sex
But I will
out of
say
it.
that text
You know what
has
I'm
come
saying?
out
Somebody
in
said,
regards
let
to
me
this
shit
lawsuit,
on
and
your
it is
motherfucking
very
face.
damning to Vince McMahon. This could have also been something.
Would you take that $1 million?
But he is her boss.
You know, I'm not saying that's
He
what she
works for
did
him.
because she
And
did
if
way
she
more
was
than
doing
that.
favors for him
And
in exchange for money, quid pro quo.
But the question
will get you
is,
fired.
though,
that is exactly what
how
happened.
much are
Now,
you
while he
willing to
hasn't lost
endure
his
in that
lawsuit
type of
yet,
situation?
while he
Because
hasn't
it seems
been
like
found in any
they,
wrongdoings as
if
of yet,
what
like I said, it's all alleged.
all this brother is saying is
WWE,
true.
The parent company of WWE has decided to
Vince
let
McMahon should
Now, while it
probably
does say
be
he
in jail.
resigned, we know how these things
Like
go. The
John
WWE
Laurinaitis
does
should
have a
probably
board,
be
they
in
do have a
jail.
committee.
Possibly
And I'm sure
Brock
they're putting
Lesnar
pressure on him.
maybe should be
Because
in
if he
jail.
was
Like these
indeed
are some big ass
innocent, as he
accusations,
says,
like sex
then why
trafficking.
resign? Even
Basically,
though
they've
he
said
can
like
afford
John
to do so,
Laurinaitis and
he is
Vince McMahon just
78
raped
with
this
$3
girl.
billion. If I am innocent and I know I did nothing wrong, absolutely nothing wrong, nobody's going to
Wow.
make me step down from my company. It could also be that he doesn't want the bad press circling around the WWE, but his name is always going to be linked to the WWE. Even if he leaves, it's still going to leave
Wow.
a bad
Yeah,
impression
man.
for years to come. This reminds me of a
78
gaming
years
company
old.
that I'm a big fan of, Blizzard. They made a lot of games that I used to enjoy. World of
78
Warcraft,
years
Diablo,
old,
StarCraft,
$3 billion.
things like that. They were
Why don't you
accused
just go
of a
ahead and
lot of
fade into the
terrible
sunset?
behavior similar to Vince
But
McMahon,
there is
if not
also,
worse.
you know,
A lot of people did have to step down. Once people stepped down, The company was never really the
one
same.
of those
The games,
buzzed,
the
so
quality,
let me
you
just
see it
play
in the
devil's
quality.
advocate.
They just really didn't care.
Just like this said, like,
the company is just not the
say for
same
instance,
like it
Vince
used to
McMahon
be,
been doing dirty
given
shit
the
his
fact that
whole
people
life.
rightfully had to step
Maybe
down
even including doing
after
shit
what
like
came
this to
out was
females
indeed proven to
and
be
women
true.
throughout his
So there's
past.
always going to be that
But
stain on the
this
company.
particular
So like
female
I
had
said,
nothing
you
like
didn't
that
do
done to
anything,
her,
and you know for a fact,
and
this is
she
either
was just able to
consensual,
trap him.
she's
Is that fair?
or something
Is that a
else was
good
taking
thing, I
place here,
guess?
but you know you didn't do it. Last thing I would do is step away from the company.
And then Slim
No,
Jim
you're gonna have
ass,
to fight me for this.
they
You're gonna have to
fucking
prove that I was
pull
the
back
one
their
actually
sponsorship
doing
before a
what
Rumble,
you're
and as soon as
alleging.
Mr.
That pretty
Man
much goes
resigned,
along
they
with any
brought it back.
celebrity,
So
any person
that just
that
goes
pays
to tell you how
somebody
much corporate
to
media
shut
gives
up,
a shit
even though
about
they're saying,
you and your
"I'm
personal
100%
feelings
innocent,
and your
I didn't do
personal
it."
life.
But
Because
here's $1 million.
if all
Here's
this shit is
$2
true,
million to shut you up. I don't know. Maybe
ain't
I'm
no
looking at this
sponsors
wrong.
left
Maybe
WWE.
he
Ain't
really
heard
does
nothing
not
from
wanna bring the
Netflix
ship
yet.
down with him.
Not even a response
Vince
from
McMahon stated,
Netflix.
I stand by
I don't even know if The Rock
that
has
this
made a
man's
statement. He
lawsuit
just
is
became a board member of the
completely
TKO.
lies. I've seen made-up instances that never occurred and is vindictive distortion of the truth. I intend to vigorously defend myself against these baseless accusations and look forward to clearing my name, McMahon said in a statement. However, McMahon also stated that out of the respect for the WWE Universe, the extraordinary TKO business, and its board members and shareholders, partners and constituents, and all of the employees and superstars who helped make the WWE into the global leader it is today. I have decided to resign from my executive chairmanship and the TKO board of directors effective immediately. So it's possible.
It's
the
wild
board
how all
and the
these
committee
rich people
put
just
the
be
old
living
squeeze
to
on
like
Vince
95
McMahon
and shit. Vince
to make
McMahon
him resign.
is
Now,
78
whether you
years
believe
old.
Vince
The
McMahon
man
is
has been
innocent or not,
traveling
whether
on the
some
road
people
with
wanna say
WWE
innocent or
like
proven guilty,
for the last 40
Vince
years.
McMahon
God,
has a
this
lot
man
of
is still
allegations
alive. This
against
is
him.
wild.
From
Meanwhile, I'm
other
living in
women,
Chicago,
he has
poor
been
as
proven
shit,
to pay other women off, and not
and
only that,
I'm
a lot
probably
of
gonna die of
wrestlers
like
have come out saying
diabetes
that
or some
he
shit.
is an utter slimeball. He also turned a lot of people off
That
how
was
he
a joke.
handled Owen Hart's death. So this man really does have a questionable history. But I do want to hear
That shit
from
is
you.
wild.
Please comment below. In any case, thank you so much for watching. If you like this channel and you want to see more, please subscribe. If you're already subscribed, please like. As any engagement
Even
does
Ronda
help the
Rousey
channel
made a
grow.
comment
Once
like,
again,
even
thank
if
you
Vince
so much for
McMahon
your
isn't
support.
there, Bruce Pritchard is still there, and therefore, because Bruce Pritchard is still there, Vince McMahon can tell him to do what he wants. This is crazy. Thank you for watching and listening to me ramble. Sorry if I talked a lot over the video. Hopefully you have watched the video before and you just wanted to see my reaction or any reaction to this. It's fucked up. I feel so fucking dirty, and the reason I feel dirty is because it's like, man, I'm gonna go on a mini rant right now. I feel a little bit dirty. And the reason that I feel dirty is because pro wrestling has come a long way. I probably am a huge Jim Cornette fan. I will admit that. But when he describes the business of wrestling, he describes some fucking hardships, like, you know what I'm saying? People working 5-6 days a week, making like $10 like Undertaker, Stone Cold, The Rock. I have all these phenomenal stories, and it is a shame when you finally get wrestling to a point where it is like respected, because a lot of people still don't respect pro wrestling, even a lot of businesses. I mean, even Fox said it in their media call. Wrestling fans, the advertisements for wrestling fans isn't the same as people who watch whatever the fuck TV show or whatever the fuck sports. It's just not. They are not willing to buy the product that we advertise, and that's why you see a lot of Slim Jim, a lot of energy, a lot of potato chips, a lot of pizza, because, you know, when you think of those things, like, you can use those things when you're watching wrestling. You know what I'm saying? We've ordered pizza watching wrestling. I was never a fan of Mountain Dew, never a fan of energy drinks. But hell, you could probably get me to buy some Pizza Hut if they was with WWE, that type of shit back in the day. And This is supposed to be the best week, or was the best week a week ago, and this is probably the worst week that WWE to me has experienced, probably since the Chris Benoit shit. And yeah, I know people have died. I know Chris Benoit's son and his wife died. But I don't know of a worse dark cloud over. And then you have CM Punk getting injured at the Royal Rumble. Then you have Seth Rollins injured versus Jinder Mahal. This is just fucked up. The only other thing that I will say is she's not only suing Vince McMahon now, she is actually suing WWE as well. And so, this is the only thing I'll say to that. And before I say that, I really, really hope Triple H didn't know anything about this. But if he did, he got to go. Bruce Pritchard, I'm pretty sure you knew something was going on. You got to go, bro. You got to go. Brock Lesnar. Pains for me to say, because I really starting to like your character developments, but if what's this true, your ass gotta go. And anybody who had anything to do with this, anybody who knew about this, y'all gotta go. This is completely unacceptable, and it is a shame that this had to happen. But the worst fucking thing about this is, if Vince McMahon would have paid this $3 million to this NDA that she never got paid, we wouldn't have even known about this. So because of Vince McMahon's own greediness and shit, he gets found out. I don't even know how to end this. The only thing I can do to make better light of this situation, because supposedly they terrorized this girl, even in the workplace during COVID. During COVID, you know what I'm saying? That's wild and crazy. But the only thing I can do is something random, and I will do that in just a second. But I do want to say, ladies and gentlemen, I am Melvin Banks, and hopefully once we get going with these reaction videos, it won't be so fucking horrible and somber and disgusting and gross, but we are trying to push for those 1,000 followers as we pass our Carbonation conversation truck, our beer truck or sangria truck or whatever the fuck you want to call it, through the barriers of the YouTube algorithm as we try to get to 1,000 subscribers. So don't forget to check us out, and I am going to leave you with hopefully what would be a commercial in the future. But don't forget this: don't drink and drive, drink and vibe. Peace. We are going to read a paragraph of the Game of Thrones. Only Rob and baby Rickon were still here, and Rob was changed.
He was Rob the Lord now, or trying to.
Real simple, B.
He wore
It says,
a real sword and never seen it.
up, B.
His days were spent drilling. Even when he was home at Winterfell, Rob the Lord seemed to have more time for Hollis Molan and Theon Greyjoy than he ever did for his brother.